Welcome back to my channel Iraqi Dinar RV, a new chapter for Iraq. The anticipated unveiling of the dinar contract rate. Today marks a potentially transformative moment in global finance, as Iraq prepares to announce a long-anticipated change to the value of its national currency. At exactly 4:45 p.m., the country is expected to reveal the official contract rate of the Iraqi dinar, a development that could have far-reaching consequences not just for Iraq, but for economies and investors around the world. For years, investors, economists, and policymakers have followed Iraq's slow but steady journey of reform. Now, as the country moves closer to reintroducing its currency onto the global financial stage with renewed strength, expectations are soaring. This event is more than a domestic policy change. It's a sign that Iraq is asserting its readiness to participate as a stable and credible player in international finance. Building momentum toward revaluation. The unveiling of the dinar's contract rate is the result of years of foundational work. Iraq has invested in structural reforms across its fiscal, banking, and monetary systems. Tighter control of inflation, modernization of financial services, and efforts to stabilize the exchange rate have all played a role in laying the groundwork. Although progress has at times been slow and faced with setbacks, the nation has stayed the course toward economic stabilization and global integration. Today's announcement is seen by many as the natural outcome of these long-term efforts. It is not merely about changing the value of a currency. It symbolizes a broader national strategy aimed at economic renewal, investor confidence, and sustainable growth. What is a contract rate? The contract rate is not the same as the public market exchange rate. It refers to a pre-arranged, often confidential rate used in major financial agreements, typically involving governments, international corporations, or institutional investors. It offers predictability and consistency for long-term or high-volume transactions, shielding such deals from day-to-day market volatility. By introducing a formal contract rate, Iraq is signaling to the global community that it is prepared to handle large-scale financial flows with professionalism. This decision implies a deep level of coordination between Iraq's central bank, its commercial institutions, and international partners. National and global implications. As news of the coming announcement spreads, a wave of excitement is sweeping across Iraq. In financial centers like Baghdad and in small towns alike, people are gathering in anticipation. Banks have adjusted their hours or temporarily halted services to prepare for potential surges in activity. Currency exchange offices are seeing higher foot traffic as citizens seek the latest updates or simply want to witness history unfold. This is not just a moment of economic importance, it is a deeply emotional one for many Iraqis. After decades of instability and undervaluation of their national currency, there is a palpable sense of hope. A revalued dinar represents more than numbers on a screen. It's about restoring dignity, national pride, and belief in the future. Institutional readiness. Iraq's financial institutions are taking clear steps to ensure a smooth transition. The central bank has released guidelines to commercial banks, which in turn are updating internal systems, calibrating ATMs, and testing liquidity protocols. International financial advisors have been brought in to support and validate the process, reinforcing transparency and stability. Warnings have also been issued to the public, encouraging citizens to refrain from speculative behavior and wait for official information. In a moment as critical as this, misinformation or premature financial moves could lead to losses or unnecessary panic. Economic indicators behind the move. Over the past 2 years, Iraq's economy has shown clear signs of improvement. Oil revenues, the cornerstone of national income, have increased steadily, bolstering foreign currency reserves. Meanwhile, Iraq has signed a growing number of trade agreements with countries in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, broadening its economic footprint. In parallel, the country has implemented serious reforms in governance, anti-corruption, and digital infrastructure. These foundational changes have improved confidence among investors and analysts, many of whom now view the revaluation as a logical step rather than a surprise. As speculation builds, estimates of the new contract rate vary, but most agree it will reflect the country's stronger financial fundamentals and its improved global standing. How revaluation could impact daily life. A stronger dinar, anchored by the contract rate, could deliver immediate benefits for Iraqi citizens. Chief among these would be enhanced purchasing power. Imported goods, from food staples to electronics, could become more affordable, easing the burden of living costs. With inflation under greater control, families would be better positioned to manage their finances and safeguard their savings. At the same time, increased investor confidence could spur job creation in vital sectors such as construction, technology, and services. More Iraqis may begin to trust and use the banking system again, reversing the trend of relying on foreign currencies and strengthening local financial institutions. The broader vision experts emphasize that the contract rate is just one piece of a broader national vision. Alongside the revaluation, Iraq is preparing sweeping reforms in taxation, energy diversification, and financial innovation. These initiatives are designed to elevate the country from a post-conflict recovery state to a diversified and competitive economy. Multinational firms with existing operations in Iraq are already reviewing their contracts and financial projections, anticipating the impact of the new rate. Domestically, businesses are adjusting payroll systems, revising price models, and preparing to update their accounting practices. Government officials have confirmed that a nationwide briefing will follow the announcement. This event will detail not only the contract rate itself, but also outline sector-specific implications and long-term policy objectives. A moment of caution and opportunity. As social media buzzes and citizens remain glued to their screens, financial experts are calling for patience and level-headedness. While the moment is exciting, it is essential to make decisions based on verified information, not speculation. Iraq's central bank has reiterated its call for the public to rely only on official communication channels. Emotionally driven or impulsive financial actions could prove costly. The opportunity is real, but so are the risks. Conclusion: a nation on the brink of renewal. Today could go down in history as a major milestone, not just for Iraq's economy, but for its identity and aspirations. The announcement of the contract rate is more than a technical adjustment. It represents a vision of stability, reform, and renewed confidence. For investors, institutions, and especially the Iraqi people, this moment reflects years of patience, planning, and perseverance. The eyes of the world are now on Iraq, watching as it takes a bold step toward re-establishing its place in the global economy. If handled with care and clarity, this shift could mark the beginning of a prosperous and transformative era. Disclaimer: the information presented in this article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. Readers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult professional advisors before making financial decisions. The Iraqi dinar market is highly speculative and carries significant risk.